Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Dan Cardelicchio. I want to welcome you to another segment of Destination Health Podcast, where we find function in a dysfunctional world. I'm really excited today about our guest, Nicole Steen, and she has this great bio, which I'll go over in a second. And she's really doing some great work in California. Her and I, we were talking not too long ago, and we said, got to get you onto the podcast, and she agreed. So we're very grateful for that. Nicole, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the hot seat, Nicole.
Thank you. I love it.
Welcome to the hot seat. You never
here.
know where I'm going to go and what questions I'm going to ask. So
I'm ready.
All right, that's good. Nicole is one of Hollywood's foremost leading experts and celebrity trainers. I love that. She is the founder of Nicole Steen Fitness, as you can see, Buns of Steen, where she motivates her growing clientele to achieve and surpass their wellness and fitness goals. Very important. She's been featured in Parents Magazine, Self Magazine, Japan's Glitter Magazine, one of the top 10 things to do while in LA. Wow, that's intense. She began her career as a professional dancer, traveling the world. Fire dancing skills. Maybe you do a little fire dance later on. She's been a regular on KTLA Morning News, Fox's Good Day LA, ABC 7 LA News. She's been on Beachbody, Weight Watchers, Pop Sugar Fitness. You've been on music videos for Snoop Dogg, Rihanna, Becky G, Chris Brown, and more. That's crazy. I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, hold on. You have also a master's degree in clinical psychology. So when we're talking, you can analyze me from USC and Pepperdine University. Wow. You have some resume here. I love this. So all right, let's just go with the music videos. How did this come about, Nicole?
So I love dancing. I've been doing it since I was 3 years old. And, growing up, you'd always see on TV the different artists and the music videos and the vixens. And I just always wanted to do that. So I would go on auditions and I would get chosen. And they're like, hey, we want you to be in the Snoop Dogg video. I was even in a Mick Jagger video, if you can believe that. Like, I met the king, like
you ran the gamut from Snoop Dogg, right? Rap music to hardcore rock and roll, which is what I grew up with because I'm only 18 years old.
Oh, of course.
So you run the gamut then in doing this.
Yeah, it's great because you get to bring different things to each set. Like Snoop Dogg, of course, is more hip hop. I'm going to be bouncing it, twerk queen over here. And then you got Becky G, who's like a big Latin superstar. So I get to show off my Latin dance moves, a little salsa. And then you got Mick Jagger, rock and roll, baby. So get it all.
I think you're my new favorite person. So just to let you know that, that's great. I love that.
Yes.
So how did you, you've been dancing since 3 years old. How did you get started dancing? It's just something that you did in the family. It was just something that, you woke up in the morning on Saturday, mom and dad were just dancing in the kitchen. How did that happen?
So basically my mom, I'm the firstborn. So she just put me in classes from jump, like took me to the Y. I did everything. I did tap, ballet, jazz, gymnastics, baton twirling. That's where the fire baton twirling comes from. Just modeling. I did beauty pageants. She put me in everything, and whatever stuck, that's what I still do to this day. So I love dancing so much that I continued on with it. It feeds your soul, music. I'm a Pisces. I love music. I love just being creative. So dance allows me to do that. And I just kept it up throughout my whole life. I never stopped. Like that was the one thing I never stopped. I started more with the ballet. That's the foundation of dance. If you're a professional dancer, everyone knows you could be a great hip hop dancer, but you still need that foundation of ballet. So I started with ballet, but then when I was in my teens, we had to go on point, and I was like, oh, point is like you made it, but it's so intense. It's really bad for the feet unless you're going to be a ballerina, prima ballerina, on stage with Moscow Ballet, all that, and you don't want to do point.
What, the Moscow Ballet doesn't know who you are and they didn't select you?
It wasn't for me. it wasn't for me. So I just went a different route and did more of the jazz and hip hop route. So yeah.
So what music video were you in for Snoop Dogg?
Um, there's been a few actually. I
Really?
love Snoop Dogg. He's one of the nicest artists I've
I'm gonna have
worked
to
with.
Google your name with Snoop Dogg and see what
Yeah,
comes up, and Mick Jagger, you know?
yeah.
I love this.
It's been years, but they were some good there one of them with Snoop Dogg was with, the late Nate Dogg. He passed, and I believe Warren G was in it. It
Mhm.
was just West Coast, baby. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
West
right.
Coast.
There's the fight between West Coast and East Coast when it comes
Yeah,
to hip hop, and
back in the day.
it's LA versus NYC and so forth and so
Yes,
on. So
yes.
so you got involved in dance, and then you set some goals. What were some of your goals when you first started to dance? What was that like for you?
So when I first started to dance, and still my whole goal is to be big, to be a star, to be on TV, to be traveling the world. And I mean, basically, that's what I'm doing now. So when I first started, I would just perform. We'd have recitals, we'd have
Mhm.
competitions, and I love competing. I love winning. If I didn't win, it was a problem. I would be very upset. But for me, like to not win would it just made me work harder. Like I'm not going to blame the judges or blame anything. It's me needs to work harder so that there's no way I cannot win. There's no way. So just did that. And I just wanted to be the best dancer out there. I wanted to be able to bring something different to the world of dance.
Yeah.
And I believe, I mean, everyone, if you're in LA, is a dance capital, and so is New York.
Mhm.
And if you're in LA, everyone is amazing. They start them so young. I
Mhm.
even judge dance competitions now, dance and cheerleading.
Awesome.
Yeah, they start them in Pampers, like little girls doing backflips in their diapers. That's how we're going now. So you're competing against the best of the best, and you have to just bring your own specialty.
Mhm.
And luckily for me, baton twirling was my specialty because how many people do that?
I can't baton twirl, that's for sure. That's
Yeah,
number one. How did you get into baton twirling?
same thing. Like basically, my mom just took me to the Y and all the different classes. I did them there, and then
You just picked
yeah,
it up, and there was the baton, and all of a sudden you're just twirling
yeah,
this baby around and so forth,
yeah,
and
and
it fell in love.
so hard.
It sounds to me that you're using your psychology degree on yourself. You got this growth and positive mindset. It's like, I don't lose, I learn. I don't
Yes,
fail, I grow, type of a thing. Because if in life, sometimes you get your head handed to you. Sometimes you got to take it on the chin, and
yeah,
sometimes things happen, and sometimes you need to figure out what that looks like for you, and you have to figure out, how to move forward from those losses and so forth. And it's very
that's
important to
right.
have that, right?
Yes, it is. It's just so important to look within yourself, you know? So
Right.
yeah.
So, how do you help people? What is it specifically that you're doing? Are you baton twirling with people and they're getting healthy,
No,
or what is that? What
I
does
mean,
that look
sometimes
like?
I
It's
do a
like it's like
show.
you walk into your studio. I walk into your studio. I go visit you in LA. Come take a class, Dr. Dan. I'm taking the class. And next thing you know, you're throwing fireballs at me. I'm like kind of ducking them. I'm kind of ducking there, right?
Well, that's just I have so many different facets of myself. Like I do so many different things. So yeah, the fire twirling's there, but the people don't really see that unless they see me on TV or see me doing a show. But my whole goal now is to use my dancing and my love for fitness and health. And I use that in teaching my classes.
Mhm.
So I teach at a gym out here called Equinox, which is
Mhm.
like a big, gym all
Mhm.
over the world.
Mhm.
I teach there, and since the pandemic, I've started my own business so I can reach more people. Like I can reach the people who can't come to Beverly Hills. I can reach the UK people, the Germany, the Japan.
So
everyone
you're
can work
doing
out with
all of
me.
this online. This is an
Yes.
online program. That's great.
Yes, it is. And you know, I get to meet people from all over the world as opposed to before the pandemic, I didn't. I was just in my little bubble.
Mhm.
So it's still good though, because I'm face to face with them. But basically, I like to bring people joy. Like people have told me I brought them out of depression, you know, postpartum,
Mhm.
whatever it is, like take their mind off of, they just went to work from what, 9 to 5, and they come to my 6 o'clock Zumba class and they are uplifted and it's a party. They don't even realize
Right.
they're working out, you
I, re-
know?
I see that in you. You make it fun and you make it exciting for yourself
Yes.
and for your clients. Now, you combine this with your hold on, what was the whole thing behind the psychology degree? I mean, you know, are you doing therapy now? Are you seeing patients and stuff like that? Or are you just using it for your clients and getting them more healthy?
Well, I when I originally went to USC to get my undergrad and then Pepperdine for my master's in clinical psych, my whole goal, I just have tons of goals basically, but my whole goal was to be have my own practice as a child psychologist. So I grew up, you know, around kids who struggle with ADHD and social disorder and all of that. And I wanted to make sure that I helped those people so that when they became adults, they wouldn't have problems that we see a lot of adults have because they didn't get treated.
Mhm.
So that was my goal. And I, you know, I went through the whole process, went to be, when it was time to get licensed and start doing therapy. I was doing therapy for my internship and I found it to be a lot
Mhm.
for a 22-year-old to, you know, it was a lot to take in. And at first I could disassociate myself with all
Mhm.
my clients, but then it started to affect me to where I was like, I need a break. I want to be happy. I don't want to hear about the
Mhm.
negative things that they're bringing me. And it was making me feel down. And I'm a super happy,
You're
positive
upbeat.
person.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah,
very upbeat. As a matter of fact, we're gonna take your blood, we're gonna put it into six packs. I'm gonna sell it so that people
there you
are
go.
more happy. So, you know,
Yeah,
I think that you can help out a lot of people that have like depression and ADHD with what you're doing right now. And when I put my hand
exactly.
up, you know, my son has ADHD or they diagnosed him with ADHD. And so
Hmm.
he feels good when he plays hockey. So he feels good when he's on the ice and
Exactly.
he's moving around. Did I have ADHD growing up? I don't know. I'm sitting in biology class in high school, and all I kept on remembering was looking at the clock. What do you mean it was 30 seconds later? I thought it was a half an hour. I thought class was over. You know, I'm
Right.
like, come on, let's get this over with. I can't deal with this at all. So, how do you use this master's degree to keep your people on track? Because it's very difficult because a lot of people, they want to get healthy. And we were talking about this morning in the office. They want to get healthy. They start, then they lose momentum. They
Right.
lose motivation, Nicole, right? And they can't finish what they started. I think there's a song like that, you know, finish what you started. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's very difficult. So how do you use your education now to make it better for your clients?
So by having that psychology degree, I'm able to focus on people's mindset. Everyone is different.
Mhm.
Everyone is different. Some people, they just want to get skinny. Like
Mhm.
they'll be, I just want to be skinny, but there's more behind getting
Right.
skinny. Why do you want to get skinny? What were, you know, what happened in your life that you feel you have to be skinny to be accepted? So I use things like that to motivate them and keep them pushing. Like, remember when you called me to start training you? You wanted to get healthier, you wanted
Mhm.
to get stronger. You got to continue on with this. And I try and motivate them. I contact them, even if we're not training. Like I have one of my clients is on vacation in Alaska. Hey, how are you doing? Are you eating that cruise food? Let's stay away, you know, like
Mhm.
just keeping them focused on their ultimate goal.
Mhm.
So I think it's really helped me and they feel better about themselves. And that's all I want. I want the whole world to feel good.
You're on fire right now to help out everybody, which is great. I have that same passion even at the age of 21 years old because it's well, I'm actually 60, so it's actually, you know,
I was like,
it
wait,
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Just numbers.
It's just a number. So it's because I find with my patients, it's difficult. Everybody wants a diet plan, but nobody likes to eat the diet, right? I refer them to a trainer, because they want to get in shape. It could be post-heart attack because they need to lose 50 pounds. And they go for a couple of months and they're all excited. And then they stop and they don't finish that goal. And that's very frustrating to me because society, we've become, they need transformations. That's the best way I think you put it today, right?
Yes.
Because you can't say things, right? So they need transformation. They need to transform their mind, their body, their soul. I think that's, the point. Do you find yourself doing that a lot with your clients?
That's what you have to do. And like I said, that's why the psychology helps. You can't just focus on, oh, my body. Like you have to focus on keeping the focus and keeping the goals of what you're trying to do. And even when you're down, even when you feel like I'm tired, I don't want to do it today, push yourself. It's called discipline. You need more discipline. You're not a quitter. You're strong. You can do this. Just giving them that positive mindset that they need to have in order to get through everything. Because if they go off one day, they'll continue and it'll be a downhill slope. Like yesterday I ate cake and it's like, okay, that's fine. You can have a cheat day. And today we're gonna eat clean and we're gonna work out and we're gonna burn all those calories you ate yesterday. That's okay. So just have to get them to not like hate themselves for doing something wrong.
Yes.
And push forward. Like, that's fine. That was yesterday. New day. Let's go.
I think that's important to say because all of the listeners today, and whenever you're listening to this, if it's 10 years from now, listen, you know what? I mean, I don't eat much cake at this point in my life, but if I do have a piece of cake, I'm not killing myself where life is over and I got to throw myself down on the ground and it's just done because I had this piece of cake. I may feel horrible physically more than I do mentally because I'm not used to having sugar and all of that stuff because I'm used to eating clean. I'm used to eating, in a certain way. And so it's okay because you can get back on the horse and you can ride the horse where you're moving forward. You know what, I in our industry, some person said to me just recently, what do you mean you're eating real food? Is that even real? They said, is real food real? And I said to them, I thought about it and I said, well, if you think that the sugary cakes, I don't like to mention names, that have cream filling, chocolate on the outside and chocolate, whatever, and they got all sorts of things. If you think that's real, and if you're having your clients, these are personal trainers too, bodybuilders, I'm like, is that real? I think that's chemical. So that's what I mean by real food. Do you teach your clients about real food and what to eat, how to shop? Because if you want six-pack abs, right? It's made in the kitchen, right? That's what we hear.
Yes, that's so true. It's, people think they want a fast fix. So they think if they take this pill, if they take, these supplements, eat the food. The food has all the vitamins you need. Eat for me. I mean, I know there's vegans out there and, good for you, but for me, I need the meat. I need the fish. I need that animal. I try and go organic as much as possible, but that's what you need in order to feed your body. Your body recognizes that.
And for everybody listening, this is important. This part right now, it's all important, but it's like I tell my students, you can't out supplement a bad diet.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're not in the sun and you're in the house all day and you're eating potato chips and pretzels and sugary colas and things of that nature, I don't care how much vitamin D you take, it's going to be that uphill battle, right? Because you're not outside, you're not exercising, you're going to have that poor diet, and you can't out supplement a bad diet. And diet is always number one. Your nutrition is always number one. Yes. Supplements are always number two in my book. Supplements are just that. Supplement. There's supplements. You may need a little bit more depending upon who you are and if you do blood work and
Yeah.
so forth. Now, you mentioned goals a lot. How do you set goals for your clients? What does that look like for them?
Well, in the beginning, when we first meet up, I ask them, what do you want to do? We do measurements of their body. I get an intake of what they eat.
Mhm.
And if they tell me what they want to do, I see what they're doing that's not going to help them. Like, oh, I drink soda. Well, guess what? Soda is instant calories. So I tell them, okay, we need to take this out, take this out. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds, then we need to start focusing on your nutrition, eating healthy. I give them a meal plan. You eat, oatmeal and berries in the morning. You eat this protein shake and just help them throughout the day of what they can eat. And then also you work out 3 to 5 times a week, 20 minutes and up. Like it doesn't have to be a lot. A lot of the people, I don't have time. You always have time. 20 minutes is all you need. Just go hardcore on that 20. So I try and instill that in their brains because they'll make all the excuses.
And you know what? I agree with you because there's so many excuses that people make about what they should be doing and what they shouldn't
Right.
be doing. And if you were just to do 20 minutes and just start there and gain momentum, if you can do that for a week or two, right? And you have to meet them where they're at too. So some people may be really in good shape. They want to take it to the
Hmm.
next level. They want to
Yeah.
go on the next, Snoop Dogg video, and they're going to ask you because they're looking good, they're feeling good. They ought to be in Hollywood type of a thing. Or maybe they are 80 pounds overweight, Nicole, right? And
Yeah.
you're not going to meet Snoop today, and
That's fine.
you're gonna have to go a little bit slower with them as opposed
Yes.
to, right? Because they're not running a marathon tomorrow. You're not going to get them in
No,
that type of shape. But if you were to do 20 minutes a day for a couple of weeks and gain that momentum, take it to the next level after that.
it just picks up.
Wait, because let me tell you, it gets addictive, right?
Right.
Where you want to work out every day. I mean, today is a non-workout day. I'm resting. I am 60, so my body's a little sore today. I'm training for a bodybuilding show. Oh my goodness. A friend of mine
Are
got me
you
involved.
really?
Nicole, a friend of mine, got me involved. The old
Oh,
man
you're
has some nice
serious?
shoulders. The back needs a lot of work. I got a 3-pack or a 2.5-pack going. So that's what happens when you hit 60 years old.
Oh
But
my gosh.
it's something that is part of my routine now. And I feel
Hmm.
better, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally when you work out. You're ready to take on the day. You're ready to take on whatever that is that, life happens to throw at you. Right.
That's true. Yeah,
So
it's so
tell me,
true.
what are your top 3 goals right now?
My top 3 goals right now is to have my own, like I have my online fitness studio, but I want to have my own studio where people could come in and just enjoy themselves and work out with me, you know, like in the area, in the Los Angeles area, or from all over and come and join. And just to bring them the best instructors, like I own the studio, but bring them the best
Mhm.
instructors and the best fitness and dance that they can get anywhere, and just instill positivity. That's my main thing. Instill positivity in everyone. And another one is to just also have all of this on more on TV. Like I want to be a resident, the resident fitness guru that you go to when you need advice.
Mhm.
So I'm on every news channel, and let's bring Nicole in. Like I love Shanti, but I'm trying to, surpass that. Let's bring Nicole in. Shanti's great with hip hop abs, but we got Nicole with buns of
That's
steam.
okay. You can have goals like that. It's
Yeah.
called entrepreneurship, and it's called being, bettering yourself and working
Yes.
on your skill set. Now, you said the word positivity. I find so many people are just so negative these days,
Super.
right?
Yes.
They are just so negative. And I have nieces and nephews that are 20 to 29. They're the most negative people I've ever seen before.
Mm.
When I was 22 or
Yeah.
29, I wasn't negative. And, I think you're 20. If I'm 21, you're 16 then.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Of course.
so, being positive and working on that positive mindset is really important because I mean, as a psychologist, talk about how having that negative mindset is going to it just permeates every aspect of your life, right?
Yeah, it brings you down. When you have a negative mindset, you don't look at the upside. Everything is bad. Everything is, everything's going to fail. And what you think will happen. If you think negative thoughts, if you think, oh, I'm going to go into this test and I'm going to fail it, I'm not going to be able to finish this workout. I'm not going to be able to go into this,
Mhm,
this dinner and eat clean. That will happen.
mhm.
If you think positive, like set your intentions at the
Love
beginning of the
that.
day.
Right.
Set them right
How do
when
you
you
set
wake
your
up.
intention? How do you set your intention? Give us some pearls, clinical pearls for success,
Yes.
with somebody who's listening, because our mantra here is to motivate, educate, and inspire. We don't know who's going to be listening. There could be somebody on the couch right now that's 400 pounds, that has diabetes, that has
Hmm.
cardiovascular issues, right?
Yeah.
He's got hypertension. How do you set your intention?
So I try to do something the night before, like, okay, today was a great day, but tomorrow I'm going to do better. Tomorrow I want to run, 2 miles instead of the 1.5 I did yesterday. I want to see if I could eat cleaner. Maybe I'll take out, that candy I had
Right.
at lunch. I don't need it. Let's see if it's a challenge.
Mhm.
Challenge yourself, make it a game,
Mhm.
make it fun for yourself. Like, let me see if I could do this and write it down. I like to write things down and
So you have a
to do
journal, or
this.
you have like a notebook or
Yeah,
something like that where you're kind of writing, and
yeah,
you can look back on something and you can say, oh, I'm going through a tough time, but this is what I did to overcome, and
yes,
I can really help myself out, right?
yes. Just always have it. I have, journals and I have calendars and things from when I was in college. I kept it all. I don't suggest you do all of that, but I just want to know what was my thought process when I was at USC. Like, what was my thought process when I got out of college?
Mhm,
How have I changed? How have I bettered myself? And like
mhm.
it's good to see that.
You know what? Readers and writers generally are more successful. So, one day you will have your own studio and you'll be on TV. Then when you're on TV, you can say, you know what? Who is that guy from the East Coast? I did a podcast or 2 or 3 with him, and what was his name? Don't worry about it. Whatever. It's all
I'll
good.
call you
So
up. I'll call you up.
you call me up because I'm coming out then to Cali, right? And I'm going to be the
Yes.
nutritionist. I'll come out once or
There you
twice.
go.
I'll come out once or twice a month, Nicole, and we'll run some blood work. We'll do some interesting things. We'll put them on a nice diet. You can take that, and I'll come out once or twice a month. So,
Okay.
who do you look up to in your industry? Who are your mentors?
Well, I used to do the Buns of Steel workouts. That's so funny that you had, Buns of Steel, Out the Steel, all of that. I used to do those when I was little. Like literally, I remember having my little mat out at 6, 7 years old and doing these videos because
I think this is. I
that's what
think. I think this is great that you did that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. I met, I didn't meet the people who were involved, but I met their publicists at the Fit Expo. We had a big LA Fit Expo last month. And she's like, Buns of Steen. I was the publicist for Buns of Steel. I was like, oh my gosh,
Mhm,
yeah. That was great. Like, we have progressed in the fitness industry, right?
mhm.
So my whole goal was to make it different, make it better. And that's what I'm doing today with Buns of Steen. But I've always looked up to Shanti. I've always looked up to um there's another one, I can't remember her name, but she was on Biggest Loser. And these people, like
Jillian Michaels. Is it
yes,
Jill?
Jillian Michaels.
Mhm.
I love how they're like, they don't take any type of excuses. They're like, keep pushing.
Yeah, you were going to say a different word. I saw that, but that's okay. Yeah.
They don't take it. So
Right.
that's me. It's like, great. Yeah, your excuses are cute, but it's time to move past them.
Is that your style? Is to motivate?
Yes.
Kind of like being in your face.
Yes, it is, but not mean. Like, I feel like Julian could be mean to, like, in some people's head, but I'm gonna tell you, you could do this. I need you to get up. Why are you stopping?
Mhm.
Keep going. Nope, you have 10 more. Don't stop. And I'm like smiling while I'm saying it. you could do this. Oh my gosh, you got this. Let's go.
Mhm.
I'm just always, I even have a song that is very motivating. It's called Bounce That. And it's just like, keep pushing. You got this team, like motivating them to keep bouncing, keep doing those Bundesteen squats and getting in your workouts.
I love
So
that. So
yeah,
who sings the song? Is it
it's
Snoop or
me.
is it Mick?
It's me.
Oh, okay. I
I'm the
thought
singer.
maybe, you were, going to produce an album, and you're going to have all of them on. And
Hey, maybe he'll come on. I'm looking for Snoop to come and do a remix. Beyonce, Britney Spears. I want them all to come.
what, you're leaving
And
me out of this? All right.
I mean, you can
Okay.
come. What's
Forget
your
it.
genre? Yeah, I want it all.
Yeah, you want it all. I love that. So, in the fitness industry and the nutrition industry, I find that there are people, there are likes and dislikes, and I listen to podcasts in the, functional nutrition, functional medicine community. And, I was listening to one not too long ago, and it was done like 3 or 4 years ago. And they were talking about, so what if you have a can of Coke or two every now and again? And I'm thinking, my patients that are coming in, Nicole, they said they're not having a can or two every now and again. They're having a can or two
Yeah,
before they get out of bed, right?
right.
So what are your likes, dislikes about what goes on in the fitness community? We're gonna get a little
I feel,
controversial here, so that's okay.
yeah, I know. I people are gonna probably be like, "What?" I don't. But so basically, I'm all about eat natural, drink. I only drink water.
Mhm.
I mean, I drink alcohol too, but that's like on the weekend. It's like you look forward to Friday so you could have a glass of wine or
Mhm.
a Sunday brunch, champagne, mimosas. But what I'm saying is on the week, like it is clean. It is
Mhm.
water, it is green tea, and I just believe that that's what you need. So it helps me get through
Mhm.
my workouts, helps me get the energy I need. People have that 2 o'clock slump. If you get your workout in that energy, your endorphins are pumping,
Mhm.
you have that adrenaline going to keep you going throughout the day. And I have a lot of friends that are in like fitness competitions and they take a lot of different things that I would never
Mhm.
put in my body. And
Mhm.
I see these friends that do this and I feel like they have more injuries. They always have problems. They're always in literally a surgery every, few months.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
knock on wood, like I haven't had any kind of surgery like that
Mhm.
because I'm taking care of myself with a natural thing.
Mhm.
I believe. I believe that helps you.
Yeah.
I don't think I used to drink soda when I was in high school.
We all
I
we all
used
did. We didn't know any better,
right.
right? We
Yeah.
just
I
didn't know
used
any
to do
better,
it.
right?
And then
Because it was the
yeah,
real thing or something like that, or it was the Uncola or whatever it was, and
right.
you had some type of celebrity that was drinking that, or
Pushing
some
it. Yeah.
athlete that was drinking. I'm thinking of, a defensive tackle from Pennsylvania. He somebody threw him a bottle of Coke and he doused it. And one of my favorite shows of all time, the lead character on there, used to drink the real thing all the time. So
Yeah.
you felt good doing it, but you didn't feel so good 6 months later when you had some, belly
Yeah.
stuff going on, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see there's some soda they pour on something and it disintegrates the object. So that's what you're
Right.
putting in your body.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just not for it.
I have a lot of clients and patients that are in the fitness and figure community, and we like to keep them eating clean and taking their natural supplements if they need them to go on stage, as
Yeah.
opposed to anything else. And I think that's extremely important because there's so many different side effects that happen to taking things that are synthetic for decade years on end, that
Yeah.
you're doing that. And I get it, maybe look aesthetically pleasing or whatever the case may be, but I
There's
don't
more
know.
to life than that,
Yeah,
you know?
there's more to life. And I think that's a great statement. there's definitely more to life than that. There's definitely more that you can offer, than doing that. And, I deal with a lot of people in California and so
Yeah,
forth. But once they come to see us, we make sure it's all good, because we don't want them to have any complications later on. What's
exactly.
another goal that you want? I like talking about
Another
your
goal,
goals. Yeah.
yes, I have a lot. I also just want to, so I told you I want the studio and I want to be more on TV worldwide. I want to travel more worldwide. I love going to these different countries and meeting my fans. Like, I think that's amazing because they're never going to come to California. They're never going to come from, Saudi Arabia to California, or, some
You
of these
never
people
know.
are not, well, maybe, but it's easier for me to go meet them and get them all in a group working out with me. So I want to be how Snoop goes on tours, how Beyonce goes on tours across the world. That's what I want to do with my fitness, just go on a fitness tour, health and fitness tour. Like right now, I'm working on doing a fitness retreat, and I want to start taking that worldwide because when I go, I love to travel. Like that's my thing, just always getting out. So recently for my birthday, I went to Dubai. Amazing. Loved it. And while I was there, the hotel I was staying at, one of the ladies was like, I've seen your workouts. I'm in Dubai. Like
That's
that's
awesome, Nicole.
mind blowing. Like I've seen your workouts. I used to do them
Yeah.
during the whole pandemic. Yeah. So I want to be now, it's like, okay, well, you saw me on the computer screen. I want to be in front of you now. So I
Right.
want to take my business worldwide.
Yeah,
I want to be there.
I think that's great. How do you want to accomplish that?
Well, I just need to find people like to set it up all over the world,
Mhm.
like set it up like the Dubai lady. So, hey, I
Mhm.
want to come back. Let's set up a date so that I could come and do a whole week of workouts. I'm so eclectic in my workouts. Like I do everything. It's not just dance. It's not just booty toning. It's everything.
It's everything.
So I could give you a whole week of workouts as well as the nutrition and just helping you on your goals. Like that's what I want to do, and just
Mhm.
give everyone a new mindset.
Right,
Because
sure.
like we said, a lot of people are negative, and I want them to feel good about themselves no matter what they're going through.
So we're at about 40 minutes. We got 5 minutes left. You see how quick it goes?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Right? Do you feel like you're just kind of like starting out
We're
and you're
just
just kind of,
talking, yeah.
yeah, and we're just kind of warming up. Don't worry. I think everybody's going to enjoy this podcast. So we'll talk for a few minutes before you got, because I know that you have a class going. If I didn't have to go
Yep.
to work, I would take your class, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
would take the class today. I would be, moving around. So what advice would you give somebody that hasn't worked out for such a long time and they're just starting out? And if you can give them 3 to 5 actionable steps to help themselves out, what would you say to them?
So if I was working with someone who's just starting out, I would start slow. I would tell them to start slow. That's most important. You can't rush. I have people who want to go run a mile and they haven't worked out, and then they're sore, and then now they have shin splints, or now don't do that. You gotta start slow, start with 20 minutes, and then we will progress. Two, I would tell them to not beat themselves up if they're not where they want to be. I have people who they're just starting workout for a week, and they're like, why didn't I lose weight? I have a lot of people in my booty classes who think their butt's gonna grow just like that. I'm trying
Right,
to get a bigger butt.
I'm going on the beach. I got my bikini and I started July
Yeah,
13th. And by July 15th, it's supposed to be, you
right. They
know,
want to, yeah, it takes time. So that would be another one. Don't beat yourself up. And then three, be patient. Be patient with yourself. Like you could do this, but you have to be patient, and your body's a machine and it has to get adjusted to this new lifestyle that you're bringing to it, which is
mhm,
health and fitness. So
right.
I would say that. I would say, four, you need to work on your nutrition. That is key. Nutrition is key. And you have to change what you are eating if you want to see the body change too. And
If you
you
want
have
that
to
body
do that.
composition to change, you
Yeah,
know,
you have to
having nutrition
eat
as
right.
your partner when you're working out, because you can't be in
Yes.
this industry, you know, and you can't be a nutritionist and you're not recommending somebody to do the training and so forth. They just go hand in
Yeah.
hand together, right?
Yes, it's a combo. And then the last one, it would just be to stay positive. I mean, if that's like the message I'm trying to give today in this podcast. Stay positive. If you think you can do it, you can.
Right.
You could do all things. Like I have a motto, let's all win. Let's all win. I want you all to win. I want you all to come away with that
Mhm.
number one spot. And that number one spot for
Awesome.
you and your fitness journey is
Mhm.
to be a better person, to be a more healthy person, and to just get a better fitness component in your life.
Right.
So I think by being positive, staying positive, all of these 5 things will work for
Mhm.
you.
I love those. I love those last 5 things, and really don't beat yourself up. I think I'm going to stick with just for a few seconds here, because individuals do in fact
Oh
beat
yeah.
themselves up. They want to be eternally impressive. They want to be Arnold after going to the gym for a week or two. It took a
Yeah.
lifetime for him to be where he is, right?
Yes.
We just had Lee Haney in New Jersey. There was an NPC show, and it took him a lifetime to get where he is. It took you a lifetime to, you know, eat poorly and not exercise and be inactive to be where you are. It took you a long time. It didn't take overnight. You didn't have one fast food hamburger and you were ready to, it was all over. It takes time.
Right.
It takes effort to have poor health in as much as it takes effort to have good health. So please
True.
please be patient when it comes to this, and listen to Nicole, because she's my new favorite person. We recommend her. Where can we find you, Nicole? If
You
people
can
want to
find
work with
me,
you, where can
yes,
we
you
find
want to
you?
come work out. You
Yes.
can find me on my website. I have all of my workouts there online. I have over almost 300 workouts on demand on my website, NicoleSteenFitness.com.
That's
You can find everything there.
STEN Fitness.
2 E's, 2 E's,
2
buns
E's.
of
There you
steel.
go. 2 E's.
Like steel, but with an N.
It's steel with
Yes.
an N. So,
Yes.
Nicole, thank you very much for being on today. See how fast that goes?
Yes, I
We're
love
at
it.
45, 50 minutes right now. So we're gonna talk for a few seconds when we get off. I want to thank you for coming on. We recommend Nicole. She's my new favorite person. Like I said, she's positive. She's got it going on, and she's, mental, physical, emotional. So give her a call, Nicole Steen Fitness. It will absolutely be in the show notes, so that you
Yeah.
can just click on and you can just, start asking her questions and start getting involved. So Nicole, thank you very much for being
So
on today.
welcome.
It's been a pleasure interviewing you, and I look forward to another interview hopefully soon. So I want to thank everybody for listening. Get in contact with Nicole in the show notes down below. Please give her a call and let her help you out. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, everybody,
You're
for being
welcome.
here. Live your best life. Take care now.